Today's date is the 24th, 1st, 2020. It's noontime, 12 o'clock. On the 24th, it's always been a date where, exactly, there's been always bad news, something happening. So far I didn't get any news back yet. And this is what I've got out of my bed. You know, little crumbs there. These are the crumbs. And picking them out with my tweezer because, you know, it's easy to grab that way. And these are, they're called Gandolien, something like that. I've got it on tweet from somebody left me a link in my YouTube playlist, I don't know, number 987 at the end, the last one. And yes, a tweeter, a police officer from the States, I guess, retired, and has the same problem like we do. Well, see, they're called Gandolia, something Gandolien. You even get them injected when you go to a doctor's office, for instance, to get a MRT done. You know, this is contrast fluid, so they can see and watch it on the computer, you know, what is happening in your brain. What's the matter? Do they have to put a fluid inside to see something happening? And this stuff did make me this. It is even radioactive. I went there once because of my thyroid, you know, thyroids, and that was a few years ago. And she kept asking me after injected me. I see this thing beside me with a big sign on it, like bio, chemical stuff, like this I don't know, radiation sign there. You know, and she asked me, you know, like, how you doing? You feeling ill? Feel like vomiting, dizziness? I said, no, I'm fine. I was wondering why she's asking that. Back then I didn't know anything about Morgellions and so on. And you can see how liars these people are. First she tells me, ask me all the time, so just in case, when you're fainting, because back then I was pretty big, kept asking me all the time. And then suddenly I felt really dizzy and this sickness coming up. This took about 5 or 7 minutes, or 8. And then she said, no, it can't be. No, you're not feeling like that. I said, what's the matter with you? You've been telling me that all the time, unless she's doing like, trying to get into my subconscious to manipulate me? Or was she asking real questions about this, what they've just injected me, you know? Yes, and yes, I had to take a rest, sit there for a while after they did my examinations on it, and then I felt really sick. And you know what? For about 3 weeks, I've had a very bad cold. That's it. I never had a cold in my life. It's also never that long. So who knows what they're giving us, you know? So these guys, this isn't called strings like threads, you know. Those aren't Morgellions because Morgellions do not exist. You know, you have to title them differently. Yes. Yes, they call it Gondolian, something like that. Gonda, Gondalian, something like that. On Twitter, you have to look for it. And this police officer then calls him like that because that is also his calling name there. So this is interesting, showing these things here, and at the same time telling you a story about it. You want to see if these things are really what they're supposed to be. You know, maybe this is just a bunch of nylon crap stuff. You know, maybe I'm making fun of you guys, but I'm not. Yes, to prove to you that these things are alive, you know what I'm gonna do, right? Yeah, I'm going to exactly breath at them. That's the best way to prove it. because nylon isn't going to react to it, right? A little further out, so looks much better now like that instead of a black background, right? So here we go. I guess not. I guess nylon wouldn't react like that, would it? Again. Getting more heat, getting more excited about it. Yes, today I'm getting depressed. Because she didn't write me back yet. The professor, well, of course she's busy, but maybe depressed people are too much for her. Yes, or maybe that other person in that city sent her an email that I've been already asking for it, for assistance to get my blood checked there, whatever. Maybe she now got this information and now she's dropping me. Morgellon. Going to go now for a dive.